Hello guys, welcome to the channel Helping Little Gems. Today we're going to be learning about the topic in maths which is probability. So let's start moving on. So let's start by asking the question to ourselves as to what is probability. So probability is the measure of how likely an event is to occur. So let's look at some examples. So let's say that a person is saying there's 60% of chance of raining today. So that is an example for probability. And what are some of the examples that you can think of? Please post them down in the comments below. Moving on. Probabilities are written as three forms. It can be written as fractions from 0 to 1, or it can be from decimals from 0 to 1, or it can also be written as percentage form from 0% to 100%. So if an event is certain to happen, then the probability of the event is 1 or 100%. So that's the way we represent probability. Now let's say that an event will never happen. So then we would say that the probability of the event is 0 or 0%. And now let's say that the chances of the event happening is the same as the chance of the event not happening. So then it's exactly half, right? So that's why we say the probability of the event is 1 by 2, 0.5 or 50%. Now, these are the data that I had earlier mentioned that's been given in the graphical form. So please take a minute to just go through this. Now we will look at some examples. So when a meteorologist states that the chance of rain is 50%, then the meteorologist is saying that it's equally likely to rain or not to rain that day. And now let's say the chance of rain has been increased to 80%. So now the meteorologist is trying to say that it's more likely to rain than not to rain for that day. And now let's say that the chances of rain has been dropped to 20%. Then it might rain, but the probability of it not raining is much more than if of it raining. Now, what are some events that will happen, that will never happen and would have a probability of 0%? So we could say that the chances of Earth running out of sunlight has a probability of 0%, right? Please think of more examples and post them down in the comment box below if you can think of any more. Now, let's say what are some events that are certain to happen and have a probability of 100%? So the chances that an event is certain to happen and will have a probability of 100% is the fact that there are 24 hours in a day. So once the day gets over, we would have another day which has 24 hours. Now let's look at some events in which it's certain to it's as likely to happen as it's as likely to not happen. So basically it's going to have a probability of 50%. Can anyone think of such examples? So yes, we could say that on tossing a coin, the chances of getting heads is a 50% because you could either get a heads or you could either get a tails. So there is a format in which we do write the probability of an event, and that is the probability of an event is the number of ways events can occur by the total number of outcomes. So this was the formula that was earlier given. And so now we've highlighted some words here. So now what does outcome mean? So outcome is the result that has been conducted on the experiment. So in the case of where we said tossing a coin, while you toss a coin, you only get two results, which it could either be heads or it could either be tails. You cannot get anything else. So your total number of outcomes in that case would be 2. And the number of ways events can occur divided by the total number of outcomes would give you the probability of an event. So when rolling a number cube, the possible outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now let's look at what an event is. An event is a specific result of a probability of an experiment. So let's again take the example of the coin. So now let's say you've tossed a coin and the you've gotten the face of the coin which says heads. So that would be your numerator. So 1 would be your numerator because you got heads, and the total number of outcomes, which is heads or tails. So 1 by 2 would be the probability of an event, which in percentage terms would be 50%. Let's look at another example that's given. When rolling a number cube, which is the dice, the event of rolling an even number is 3 because you can only get 2, 4, or 6. So the probability of the event would in that case be 3 by 6, which is equal to 1 by 2, which is also represented as 50%. So the probability of the event where you get an even number while rolling the dice is 50%. Now, can someone answer this? We've done this before. What is the probability of getting heads when flipping a coin? So the answer is the probability of getting heads is a 1 by 2, which is 0.5, or it can be represented as 50% too. Now here are some questions for all of you to try. So this is the first question. Look at the first diagram that's been given. Now what is the probability that the spinner will stop on part A? And the second question is, corresponding to the second diagram, what is the probability that the spinner will stop on an even number or on an odd number? And third is, what is the probability that the spinner will stop in the area marked A? And that is for the third diagram. I hope you all tried this and you understood the concept. Please leave the answers in the comment box below if you do get it. And thank you so much for watching this today. And I hope you understood the concepts. And please subscribe to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.